Hey guys, in today's video, as been requested for a while now, I want to update my aim training guide. I've been practicing my aim to try and improve in all my games, but also how I still warm up in CS to try and get better in that game. So this video will cover both my aim trainer part and what playlists I use, as well as my CS warm up slash aim training. So for those of you that do not know me, I am faced at level 10 in CS2. I was also global elite in CSGO and my premier rating is about 25k, although I don't play it right now because of the cheaters. But I've also played a bunch of other games like PUBG. I've been Immortal 3 in Valorant and played in some Game Changers tournaments there. So I've been playing FPS games for about 12 years. When it comes to aim trainers, I've been playing KovaaK since 2019. At some point I was rank 2 in the Voltaic benchmarks. I've been Nova, I've been Grandmaster Complete, both in KovaaKs and in AimLabs. And I still play it a lot to this day. So first I will go over KovaaKs, my aim trainer, what playlist I play, which scenarios within that playlist I play, how much time I spend playing KovaaKs each day, and how many times I do each scenario and why I play those scenarios. After which I'll move on to how I warm up and aim train in CS, both in workshop maps and how I specifically play Deathmatch. Playlists I use to warm up and still practice my aim in KovaaKs are the Voltaic benchmarks. I use the advanced benchmarks because I am a Nova rated player. I don't do every single scenario in the benchmarks. The ones I skip are the strafing scenarios. I always start with the dynamic scenarios. This counts for all the scenarios that I do. I only do them one time if I hit my minimum score. So for me, for the first 6 scenarios, that is at least a Nova score, and for the other 6, it is a Grandmaster score. I start with dynamic clicking. These are the first 2 scenarios that you'll see. These are Pasu and Bounce Shot. I think these are very important for a game like CS because they mimic like playing with your pistol. What I play after that is the static clicking scenarios. The first one being one wall, 3 targets, rasp, where there's just 3 targets and they're completely stationary. After which I will move on to the multi-click scenario where there's a lot more targets. And obviously in a real game your targets are moving. But this really helps me with the micro adjustments and my accuracy. After I've done these 4 clicking scenarios, I move on to the tracking scenarios. I think tracking is extremely important for your aim, even if you play a game like CS, where there's not a lot of tracking involved, except for maybe in pistol rounds. It's still really good to smoothen out your aim and have overall more mouse control. So I start with a smooth bot scenario to really smooth out my aim. After which I will move on to precise orb, which is a smaller target and requires a lot more accuracy to have a high score. Once I've done this, I move on to what I find the more difficult tracking scenarios, which is reactive tracking. There is both plaza and air. The first one only moves horizontally in very fast sporadic movements, and the second one is air, which also moves horizontally and vertically. After I've done both the clicking and the tracking scenarios, I move on to target switching. The first 2 are considered speed target switching, which is Psalm target switching and Sky target switching. I think target switching is something you do very often in a game like CS, so moving from one target to the next. And it combines kind of your clicking accuracy with your tracking accuracy. So I think they're great scenarios. And the last 2 target switching scenarios that I play are Evasive TS and Bounce TS, which are more difficult target switching scenarios because the targets move in a more sporadic random pattern. So this whole routine in KovaaKs, my entire playlist, takes me between 30 to 50 minutes. It depends on if I'm hitting the scores that I want to hit or not. But in the past I would play at least an hour and a half of KovaaKs a day. So I really minimize the amount of time that I play. And I still hit new high scores every week. So After I finish my entire KovaaK run, it's time for me to boot up CS. The first thing I do when I boot up CS is I go into the aimbots map, the workshop map. Here I will do several small routines for 15 minutes total. I will start off by turning off the 3 walls around me and just having the one in front of me and making it one smaller so the bots are a little bit closer to me. I'll get in between the bots and I'll just slowly shoot, tracking from one head to the next, 50 times to the left, 50 times to the right. After I've killed 100 bots that way, I will try to flick spray 50 to the left and then 50 to the right, the exact same way as I did just regular clicking. What I do after that is I try flicking with the deagle onto the head. I don't do very large flicks, just close flicks. Also 50 to the left and 50 to the right. After this, I don't stand in the middle of the bots anymore. I go back in front of them and I start doing shots where I'm strafing to the left over and over, and then 50 where I'm strafing to the right over and over. Once I've done those, I do another 100 shots where I'm just strafing left and right in between the bots. Then I'll do 100 kills where I'm spraying 5 targets, so 5 kills each spray with an AK. After I'm done with that, I will do the exact same thing, spraying 5 bots with an M4. After which I will open the arena except for the outer walls. Third movement, so the movement of the bots will be on number 3. I will kill 100 bots while they're moving like that with a USB. I try not to spam it, but really actually shoot each bot. After I've done that, I will kill 50 bots with the op, doing flicks to the left and to the right. 25 to the left and 25 to the right. And after about 15 minutes, I am done with that short warm-up. Once I'm done with the aimbots routine is when I'll jump into the actual deathmatch. The deathmatch servers I play on are multi-config servers. What that means is that they start out with pistol, go into force buy, and then into a rifle, finishing off with rifle headshot on 5 minutes. So when it's the pistol part, I just play with a USB. I don't really play with a Glock. I just try to mimic the same movements that I would in a real game. I personally sometimes struggle when people move left and right really fast. So I'll purposely chase people that move that way. That's the part I want to improve at. I don't really want to just camp people that just spawned because I am playing deathmatch to improve and not for my KD. So my tip for deathmatch would be actually to find the scenarios which you're not very good at. After the pistol round, it goes into a force buy kind of second buy round. Here I'll usually buy a deagle and practice my deagling against people playing with MP9s, MAC-10s and Scouts. It only lasts about 3 minutes. Then at the 19-minute mark is when it's the real rifle round. Here I usually play op for about 8 to 10 minutes depending how I feel like it. I don't really like playing op too much in deathmatch, mostly because people just constantly spawn behind you and you can get one shot off before dying. But sometimes you can get a nice streak, so I just like to see, are my flicks working, my long range flicks, my close range flicks, am I comfortable playing the op? So I do that for max 10 minutes of the deathmatch. Once that is over, I will move on to rifling. I only use the AK when rifling. Here I try to go for taps in the headshot only round. But outside of that, I try to spray a lot and improve my sprays and my spray transfers as well. And then finishing it off obviously with the headshot only mode, which is also pretty nice. So overall, when I have a short aiming day, I'll just do 15 minutes of aimbots and 30 minutes of deathmatch. So my total aim training, if you count KovaaK's and CS workshop maps and a deathmatch, on days that I play is an hour and a half. I usually stream and play on Saturday, Sunday and Monday because those are the days I work. And those are the days that I will spend at least an hour and a half on aim training before I play. And then usually the other 4 days a week when I'm not streaming, I'm still playing or training my aim. If I'm playing a different game, like let's say I would be playing PUBG, then all that I'll be doing is like 30-40 minutes of KovaaKs and jumping into PUBG. I think it's important to do the warm-up in the game that you're actually playing, and not necessarily doing it in other games. So that was it for my entire aim training routine, specifically also for CS2. In a lot of other games like Valorant, it's already popular for pro players to do aim trainers, but in CS not so much, but it's starting to become more popular when Leash started playing aim trainers. He's also very good at aim labs and benchmarks, so that's pretty cool. I would definitely recommend playing aim trainers if you want to improve certain aspects of your game. But if all you want to do is be good at CS and nothing else, then you can just try the CS part of my aim training slash warm-up guide. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm definitely looking at making a lot more content this year. I've been streaming on Saturday, Sunday and Monday, so feel free to come by in my Twitch chat as well, and I'm always down for a chat. Or if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you have some questions, you can also ask them in the comments below, and I try to reply to everyone that asks me a question as soon as I see the comments. So yeah, that was it. If you guys have any suggestions or want to see me play another game or want to see me make a video on another topic as well, I will look into it. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys on my stream or in the next videos.